Hey party people, thank you for coming back to my channel again. Welcome back. For those of you who are not familiar with me and have not watched my videos, my name is Jamie. Hello, and I'm addicted to food. I really am. I had the vertical gastric sleeve surgery in March 21st of 2017, this year. It is November 29th at about 2:30 in the morning. And I just got back from the gym. It's really foggy outside, so it took me a while to drive there and get back. But couple things that I just wanted to talk about that were on my mind while I'm awake. I actually just drank like almost 16 ounces of my liquid aminos. It's actually the Amino Energy. You can get it at GNC. It's really good stuff. It works better for me than coffee does. And that says a lot because I love my coffee. But this stuff isn't, like, it's kind of a weird flavor. I usually mix it with Crystal Light just to give it more of a sweet flavor. This is more tart. It's supposed to be tropical punch, but it doesn't really taste like tropical punch. I don't know what it tastes like. But I started my pouch reset yesterday. It went really well. I think I got 2 protein coffees in, which for those of you who don't know, it's a whatchamacallit, Premier Protein shake. I usually use caramel. I like that flavor. Some people don't like it, but I feel like it mixes well with the coffee and it doesn't really mess the flavor up at all. And oftentimes if I'm trying to watch my fat intake, it will, you know, it's fine just with the coffee by itself. It's not as sweet as I like, but I don't need Starbucks coffee every single time that I drink coffee, or Starbucks type coffee. So what I did was I got my, I'm basic sometimes, so this time of year I got like all of the pumpkin spice coffee creamers that were sugar-free that I could find. I've only had just a few giant, not this size, I'm talking like giant containers of it, but I feel like over the last 2 months I've made them last pretty well. Considering that a quarter cup only has like 60 calories in it, that's not too bad. I mean, that's a lot of fat, I feel like, but for the fact that I'm on a liquid diet this week, or today and tomorrow, I really want to make sure that I'm not making myself sick, and I also kind of wanted to go to the gym tonight, so I wanted to make sure I had some kind of calories to burn so I wouldn't hurt myself. So basically, I have something on my phone screen, sorry. Basically, what was I going to say? My brain's foggy because I'm tired. Basically what I did was I got up this morning, I had the keto coffee. So like I said, it has the Premier Protein shake, a quarter cup of the pumpkin spice creamer. You don't have to use the creamer if you don't want to. I just needed the extra fat. I found Walden Farms has a caramel sauce and it's 0 calories. 0 calories. I had, I think like two to 3 tablespoons of that in my coffee. It was really good coffee. And then I did 16 ounces of the Starbucks brand pumpkin spice coffee. And then I blended all that up really well. I had that for breakfast. I'll let my dogs in 1 second. My hair's starting to grow back finally. I'm using Nioxin, so it's working really good. Come on, guys. Whew. Got dizzy for a minute there. Got it too fast, and I haven't had enough water today. Actually, I've had about 48 ounces. It's not bad. It's just not as much as I'm used to. Anyway, but, yeah, so protein coffee for breakfast. A couple hours later, maybe 3 hours later, I had a can of the cheddar cheese Campbell's soup. There's not much good stuff in there, but I just really wanted cheese soup. And so what I did was I took that, about a cup of chicken broth, and a half a scoop of, I actually used a whole scoop of protein powder, unflavored protein powder. I don't remember the brand. It's from Walmart. It's like 100% whey protein. I think it's like Star brand or something. It's not bad though, but I added that. I added like maybe like a tablespoon of garlic just to give it like a punch of flavor. so I wouldn't feel like I was just drinking broth or just the condensed soup. It was a lot of soup. It made a lot more than what I could eat. I think I drank like half. I drank on this for like a couple of hours, like maybe an hour, but I made myself keep drinking it. Not after I was full, but just until I couldn't stand the flavor anymore. I needed to make sure I had some calories. So I drank that. I made it as thin as I could. I was able to drink it through a straw. I know everybody says you're not supposed to use a straw, but my doctor said I could, so don't worry about it. I'm okay. So I was able to drink that through a straw. I drank that for like maybe an hour, hour and a half, and then I gave up on it because, I mean, there's only so much that you can drink of any flavored liquid. Coffee is my only exception to that. Yeah. Anyway, and then I've had water throughout the day. I think I've had like maybe 48 ounces. For dinner again, I had another protein coffee, same thing. I just didn't blend it up. I just stirred it really well. It tasted the same. Wasn't bad or anything. It was just not as frothy. Had more water. And then I went to the gym probably right around 12:30. I put 2 scoops of the amino energy drink in here. And that stuff wakes you up like crazy. Like, I did not believe my coworkers when they told me that how good this stuff was. And then I bought it. Holy crap, I'm gonna use this stuff forever. I don't use it every day because I feel like it makes me drink less. If I'm like, let's say I have like a big 48-ounce glass of water and I put some of this in there, I feel like I drink less water than what I do without it in there. So I think it's the caffeine. Plus the flavor is not as sweet as my Crystal Light is. With my Crystal Light, I can drink that all the time. Like, that's pretty much what I put in my water all the time, exclusively. I'll very seldom drink just water. For some reason, the flavor just... I used to love water. That used to be all I would drink before the surgery. On occasion, I would have Coke, but I don't drink that anymore, of course. One other thing I wanted to talk about is, look at this, and they're not brittle. They're not gonna break. I'm super excited. I don't know if you can tell, but they're growing out quite nicely on both hands. I broke this one at work, but I mean, my nails are normally really brittle and it's hard to get them to grow, especially after surgery. But I started taking, let me see if I can show you. I started taking a multivitamin, like a gummy multivitamin. I ran out of those, but I think it's the Spring Valley brand. It was a woman's multivitamin, but I've been taking this, which is 10,000 mcgs of biotin. Take one of those every day, and I take about 3 of these. It's the Hair, Skin, and Nails Spring Valley, and it's like collagen support. It's got argan oil, coconut oil, and collagen in it, and so I figured this is good, kind of in addition to this, and it really seems to be making a difference. My hair is growing, it's just not growing as fast. I haven't been very kind to my hair. I colored it blonde like 2 months ago, and then I colored it again tonight, which really isn't good for my hair, but it feels a lot more soft than it did. Before it was really dry, and I just feel like it needed it. I know that it sounds silly to color your hair because everybody says it dries it out, but for some reason when I color my hair, it does really well. It seems like it doesn't do as well when I don't color it, but I'm not going to color it again for quite a while. I just needed something different. Anyway, so that's that. What else? I applied to get information from Mexico Cosmetic Center tonight, or last night, about 8 o'clock, trying to ask them about a tummy tuck. I want to get my boobs done, but I'm going to wait on those and get those done separately, just for money's sake, because it's going to be about $10,000 for airfare and hotel room for my boyfriend, and then it's going to be like, including that is like, I think like $9,700. Well, it's probably gonna be more than that. It's $9,700 to do a mommy makeover, which is a tummy tuck. Sorry, I'm lying. It's $8,700 minimum for a tummy tuck and a breast job. And then you gotta figure in, it's about $340 for airfare round trip for me and my boyfriend, who will have to go with me. And then we've got, we'll have to have a hotel room that he'll have to stay in while I'm in the hospital recovering. So, you know, it's going to cost some money, and I want to make sure that we have the money to do things while we're there, especially right before my surgery. So what I think I'm going to do is just do the tummy tuck first, and then give it some time and try to save up for the breast job. So, to get those done, it's going to be like $5,500 in Mexico. And I am going to be going to the same company that did my VSG. It's a sister company. So instead of Mexico Bariatric Center, it's going to be Mexico Cosmetic Center. The only reason I won't go is if, you know, they can't work with me and take payments and stuff like that, which I don't foresee them having a problem with because they did that for Mexico Bariatric Center. If you guys need help saving money, one thing that I have found is really effective is there's an app called Digit, D-I-G-I-T, and it is like an automatic savings account. Now, it's not a bank account. You can't, I'm not sure if you can link your bills to it or anything, but I linked my bank account to it, and it pulls out random amounts at different times, like $2 here, $1 there. So for people, like I have a friend who's a single mom, and she doesn't make a lot of money. Like, I mean, she probably makes like 16, 17 an hour by herself, which really isn't a lot, especially when you have a house payment and you have a 12-year-old kid. So it's just crazy. So she saves money like that. She told me about it, and she's like, I've only been doing it for like a year, and I've got like $1,500. So I started doing it back, I want to say, gosh, like I started a while back, probably around May or June, somewhere around the time my mom passed away, and I had saved a bunch of money on it, and then it seemed like we were having money trouble, so I would transfer it back to my bank account. But I decided to, you know, just leave it alone and forget about it, and I started saving for Scott's Christmas present, and in the last couple of months it saved like I think $230 just about. So I mean, that's not really bad for a couple of months. I mean, and you can do less if you don't want it to save. Like if you want it to stop saving, like, you know, you're gonna overdraft your account, or if you are having trouble where, you know, you're gonna have a bill and you're not gonna have the money to make the bill if it pulls money out, you can tell it to stop saving, and it'll stop saving. It'll ask you for a date that you want it to stop until, and you can put it off for 2 weeks, and then it'll give you a reminder, hey, I'm gonna start saving again tomorrow or today or whatever, you know, do you want me to go ahead with that? And you go ahead and tell it yes or no. So I really like it. I think it's a really effective way to save up for surgeries. So I've decided that once I do Scott's Christmas present, which he wants a tattoo, once we do that, anything else that's left, and from now on anything that goes into that savings account, is going to be for my surgery. So I don't know how much exactly it's going to cost me for my tummy tuck, but I want to make sure that I at least have a head start on it. I don't anticipate being able to even afford it until at least June. Even though we have taxes coming up, Scott wants to have LASIK surgery. So because he wants to have LASIK, I have to make sure that he gets that first. He gave me my surgery this last year, and let me use the money for that. And I know that's really important to him, so I want to make sure he gets to do that this year. But yeah, so Digit is something I highly recommend. It's amazing. It's a nice little service. It does cost like $2 a month, but it's $2. What's that? $24 a year. I mean, it's nothing. So in the grand scheme of things, I think that's a great way to save. And you can always, let's say you come up with an extra 50 bucks and you're not going to go anywhere, shoot that $50 into your savings account. I mean, it makes sense. Thanksgiving for me went really well. Well, I'm lying. It didn't go well. My company gave us food. I ate the wrong food. It really wasn't that good of food. So I ate the wrong stuff. I ate the sweet stuff, and I had pumpkin pie and apple pie and another piece of apple pie and a piece of pecan pie, and I had like 4 rolls. They were wheat rolls, but I still had 4 rolls. And then I had like probably half a cup of mashed potatoes, 3 small bites of turkey. I didn't have any vegetables. And I took a few bites of their the dressing, but it was freaking horrible. I think it's really sweet that my company decided to feed us for Thanksgiving. I'm super grateful for it because I wouldn't have had Thanksgiving dinner otherwise, but it was really crappy. And it kind of made me miss my family even more because I know that my grandma makes amazing dressing and gravy and everything, and I know she wouldn't have cooked it this year, but it just really made me miss my family. So it is what it is. I'm trying to think of what else. So today is supposed to be day 2 of my liquid diet. So I'll get up and I'll have more coffee. I'll probably make soup again. And then I'll do coffee before bed. I may or may not go to the gym before bed. Mentally, I feel really good. I was a little tired today, but I think that's more my sleep schedule being off. I was up till, like, I don't even think I went to bed until like 5 o'clock in the morning this morning. Actually, it was probably around 7. I stayed up working on a crochet project, so it's whatever. But I feel good now. I was able to run for like 5 minutes on the treadmill today, and I haven't had any solid food today. So I feel good. I think if you're going to try a pouch reset, make sure that you talk to a nutritionist or that you do a lot of research before you start it, because you don't want to, it's a pouch reset, people look at it and they think, oh, I'm just drinking liquid all day. It's no different really than your clear liquids diet, and your post-op diet, but you don't want to consume too few calories either. You're not starving yourself. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to limit how much you're taking in food-wise, because the liquid's going to go right through you. I mean, there's no keeping it in there. It's not viscous enough to stay in your sleeve and your pouch or whatever. It's going to go just, I've been peeing all day. So don't think that this is going to hurt you as long as you're careful, but I would consult with your doctor or nutritionist or somebody, or do your research before you do that. Reach out to me. I'm not a nutritionist. But I can give you some tips, and then you can take that to your nutritionist or your doctor, and I'm sure that they'll tell you if I'm right or wrong, but I've done a lot of research on it. That's what I'm trying to help people with. I think that's pretty much it. My brain's kind of all over the place right now, so I'm sure that I've forgotten something. I will try to make a recipe video tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow because I can't eat it. But I will make a recipe video soon. How about that? Anyway, that is that. I think I'm done for now. I hope you guys have a good night. Please subscribe, share, like the video. If you have any suggestions on a contest that we can do, I'm thinking about making a big blanket. And I will send it out to the winner. Or I could just make a scarf and a hat. I don't know. Just let me know. Let me know in the comments below, or send me a message. Just me, Jamie1 on Instagram, or Jamie Bolden 61 on Facebook if you want to follow me there. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.